Welcome to The Nation. I'm Sean Plunkett. Well, is it too soon to call? We don't think so. It looks like the America's Cup is coming back to New Zealand. Team New Zealand has romped away in the competition for the oldest trophy in international sport. And if you've been watching the races, you'll have seen some superb animated graphics. They're designed by Dunedin company Animation Research Limited, headed by Ian Taylor. We'll speak to him in just a moment. But first, take a look at one of his other America's Cup creations.
From a nation born of sailors, to the best sailors in the world.
It's a stunning video. We've put a link up on our website, frontpage.co.nz, and you can see the whole short film there. Well, I'm joined now by Ian Taylor, CEO of Animation Research, who's just returned from San Francisco and joins us from Dunedin. Ian, welcome to the program.
Hey, hello, Sean. How are you?
Very well. Look, you have obviously been intricately involved in terms of the coverage of this event, but you have also been critical of the government in terms of missing the boat. Why do you think we haven't leveraged the America's Cup the way we should have?
Probably it wouldn't be quite so strong as the government missing the boat. I came out last week. I was really disappointed to hear that the Prime Minister sort of just the flippant disregard sort of when asked would the government invest again, the answer was, well, come and talk to me if they win. And I thought that was really short-sighted. This team has done an amazing job out there. I think that it should be apolitical, the discussion. I also think that, Russell Norman should probably take a little time and join his compatriot, James Spittle, in taking a postponement to think about what this team has done. I think the attitude there has given this event this feeling that it's just a boat race, when actually it is the most wonderful, shining example of what this country can be, what this country does at the technological leading edge. And, for the Green Party, I mean, what does the IP and all of the stuff that's done in that amazing sail do for the future of the way things travel around the world? I just think that opportunity was missed.
Do you think I want to make a comparison with rugby, which as well as being our most popular sport is almost like a religion in this country. The message rugby sends when we win across the world is that we're tough and we're fit. Does the America's Cup and Team New Zealand send a more sophisticated message to your mind, and a message that is more in fitting with this company's economic aspirations?
Absolutely. And I think you really have to be in San Francisco to see it. When that AC-72 lifts up out of the water and goes, everybody there, it's the high-tech centre of the world, high-tech capital of the world, and everybody there appreciates that this is not a boat race. This is not a sports event. This is a small country from the bottom of the world taking on the might of Oracle, the might of the United States, and beating it. This is a country that's showing exactly the sort of thing that the government wants to push. We're an innovative country, we have great design, and we're open to the world. We have bought and attracted some of the best people in the world down to help us build this thing.
Ian, also the deportment, if you like, of the crew of Team New Zealand and the members of Team New Zealand. I've never seen a sports team so focused, so businesslike, and so professional.
It's really funny, because another thing the Prime Minister said the other day when somebody asked about knighthoods, and again, well, let's wait until we win it. That just so cheapens what this team has achieved. I mean, we see it in Dean Barker, we see it right throughout the afterguard, but we don't see it. We're not seeing it in the design team and the people who are working in the background. But I have to ask the Prime Minister, what does Grant Dalton have to do to win a knighthood? I mean, he probably doesn't want one. But, I mean, this is a man who held this team together through all of the Larry Ellison shenanigans. He held it together. He put together a Volvo Around the World yacht race bid to keep the team together, a TP52 campaign. He's an old sea dog that probably doesn't even use his iPhone properly, but he saw that this was going to be a race about technology, so he put together the best brains in the world. And then just to top it off, at 57 years old, he gets out there and he grinds on the boat. I mean, what else does he have to do? I think they should have Sergeri on the plane tomorrow with that sword, and he should be knighted before he gets on the boat.
All right. That's an interesting call, and I don't think it's going to happen. The government would also argue it spent $4 million on top of the 36 or so already put in by the taxpayer. It spent $4 million on business promotion, VIP hosting, Maori business delegations. Amy Adams has gone up there. We've employed 7,000 individuals in various capacities to promote New Zealand trade in America and San Francisco. Surely that's exactly the sort of leveraging that we should be doing, and we are doing it.
It's absolutely, and I think they missed the point here about what I was saying. That, you know, what that team is doing, the NZT team in San Francisco is doing an amazing job. The Waka, you know, it is just a wonderful, wonderful showcase, and you know we are seeing people come over. This my discussion wasn't about what NZT are doing up there. I think they are. You know, it's been really, really fabulous. My concern has been that back home, we aren't getting the same sort of support. You know, the Prime Minister, the Ministry of Science Innovation, that we should be out on the front foot explaining to our people back home exactly what it is that these people have achieved. Instead, we seem to get caught up in this petty argument about $36 million, which has been well and truly paid back. It's here in New Zealand that I was concerned about. It was here in New Zealand that we should be acknowledging that this Aotearoa, this AC-72 flying machine, is actually the epitome of what we want this country to be, and we should not be in these petty arguments about $36 million.
Do you think the rest of the world is that interested in?
Well, I tell you, I mean, certainly up in San Francisco, Silicon Valley is incredibly interested. They are just blown away. First of all, you know, the Waka, and again, that's this whole government initiative in San Francisco, has been wonderful. The Waka has been superb. People just love that. I mean, AT had a function there the other day, and Brett O'Reilly said that he estimated there was $2 billion worth of American money in that Waka. And, you know, I just thought it was a pity that our Prime Minister wasn't there. That, you know, instead of the guys from Apple talking to me and inviting me out to their headquarters because they are amazed by what's being done there, imagine if they were talking to the Prime Minister, an ex-investment banker, Prime Minister of the country, showing how serious he took this exercise in San Francisco.
Despite all that, I think we can presume that this time next week New Zealand will hold the America's Cup. I got a question for you. Do you think bringing it back home and defending it in Auckland is the best thing to do?
I mean, it would be great, you know. I mean, we can see all the upside to that. I love the quote from Sir Ernest Rutherford, Lord Ernest Rutherford. He said, we didn't have the money, so we have to think. Now, that's exactly what Emirates Team New Zealand has done. They didn't have the money, but boy, did they think. And we owe it to them to do the same. And we need to be thinking outside the box. And yes, it would be fabulous to have it in Auckland, but let's not rule out another idea. You know, there's going to be all the infrastructure costs, there's going to be all of that. Let's just at least debate the idea that we tender this thing. We put it out to the world, we tender it to countries where we want to do business. We shift, you know, we find the city that suits us. We shift the cost of the infrastructure to them. We then build our own little Vatican in the middle of that city, make sure the event lasts for 6 months, and we showcase ourselves in the market we want to be. It doesn't have to happen that way, but I just think in dismissing it again... You'd like to think about it. Ian, our next guest will have a thing or two to say about that. I just want to move on very quickly. You resigned from the board of Maori Television this week after it appeared to have the inability to appoint a chief executive. Why did you walk away? Well, I think we got into a position we didn't need to, but you know, I've seen, you know, the report's gone through to both ministers. They've accepted that, they don't, they feel that the process was run correctly, and I guess I just leave it there. I'm happy with the position I took. I think we got in a position that was unnecessary, but the ministers have decided it's fine. So
are you concerned about Māori TV, the future of Māori television and the way it's being run?
I think Māori television is just a wonderful, wonderful organisation. I think they've done a fabulous job. They deserve to be celebrating their 10 years, and I just don't think. I think if we'd done this right, we did not need to bring this kind of limelight on them.
Ian Taylor, I thank you very much. Thank you for the wonderful graphics we're getting out of San Francisco, and I'm sure you will be cheering with the rest of us when they finally bring the thing home. Ian Taylor from Animation Research, the company providing all the whiz-bang graphics for the America's Cup.